Decluttering your mind starts with the radical practice of waking up with a clean slate, refusing to carry a single shred of yesterday's baggage into your new morning. You have to commit to immersing yourself entirely in the present moment, intentionally halting the urge to time travel into the regrets of the past or the anxieties of the future. Understand that your mind is the only thing filling your internal space with shadows of what no longer exists or what hasn't happened yet. So you must practice the art of mental stillness to stay anchored in the here and now. Once you accept the profound truth that every single thought you think and every word you speak is a blueprint for your reality, you stop living by default and start living by design. It is essential to realize that no outside force has the power to make you angry, sick, or defeated without your internal permission. You are the one who chooses to get emotionally entangled with destructive ideas. The moment you decide to consciously build a positive vision and align your heart with that higher frequency, your entire world begins to shift in response. This is about moving from the role of a victim who reacts to life to becoming a deliberate creator who dictates their own vibration. By choosing to inhabit the present and directing your focus toward what is possible rather than what was lost, you reclaim the absolute power to transform your existence from the inside out. To bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, you must master the profound paradox of feeling the emotions of your future before the reality ever manifests. Emotion is the raw energy that drives your body toward your destiny. Therefore, you cannot create a life of abundance while still marinating in the stale chemicals of lack, stress, or resentment. You must intentionally train your brain and body to experience the thrill of your success and the peace of your healing so vividly that your nervous system believes the experience is happening in the absolute present. Gratitude and love are the highest frequencies of human existence and the ultimate states of receivership. When you practice gratitude before your breakthrough occurs, you send a powerful signal to the universe that the work is already finished, effectively turning yourself into a magnetic force for miracles. By falling in love with yourself and the beauty of life right now, you naturally align with the people and opportunities that mirror that same wholeness. This is how you stop chasing and start attracting. True transformation requires you to dedicate at least 15 minutes every day to teaching your body what your future feels like, breaking the addiction to past pain and replacing it with a new chemical state of being. As you consistently shift your internal vibration, the world around you has no choice but to reorganize itself to match your new energy. You will begin to witness synchronicities, coincidences, and doors opening in ways you never thought possible, proving that you are no longer a victim of circumstance, but a deliberate creator. By utilizing tools like the perfect day exercise to imagine your life without limits, you provide your subconscious with a crystal clear blueprint for your highest self. Chasing this greatness is what it means to truly live, while settling for less is simply a slow decline into the ordinary. True healing begins the moment you understand that the heavy guilt and shame you've been carrying since childhood are completely undeserved. You have to realize that it was never a child's job to manage their parents' emotions or to be the peacemaker in the home. That is a painful role reversal where a child is forced to carry a burden that was never theirs to bear. When you were placed in that impossible position and inevitably failed to fix everything, you internalized a lie that you weren't good enough. But the truth is, you were just an innocent kid doing your best to survive in an environment that didn't support you. Instead of continuing to beat yourself up, you need to flip the script on your internal dialogue. Stop treating your mistakes like a criminal indictment and start treating them with compassionate curiosity. When you catch yourself falling into old, negative patterns, don't rush to convict yourself as a bad person. Instead, gently ask, I wonder what part of me is hurting right now that made me react this way. This simple shift takes you out of the role of the judge and into the role of the observer, allowing you to finally stop running from your pain and face it without the crushing weight of self-judgment. Ultimately, to fully recover, you must reclaim a superpower that was suppressed in you long ago, the ability to ask for help. You were born with the innate instinct to connect and lean on others, but your past conditioned you to believe that you had to be a lone wolf and carry the weight of the world by yourself. You must understand that admitting you are struggling and having the courage to say, "I need support," is not a sign of weakness. It is the single most powerful action you can take to shatter the isolation and step into your true strength. To maintain your inner strength, you must refuse to let the disappointments of the day hijack your rest. Understand that tomorrow is a fresh start, and carrying today's heavy baggage into your sleep only sabotages your future. The 4 R's framework, reflect, release, reset, and rest, is your nightly ritual for mental clarity. You must reflect on the day's weight, release the toxic thoughts that drain your energy, and reset your state of being so you can truly rest in peace. The fundamental difference between winners and losers lies in how they handle their pain. Losers allow their setbacks to consume them, wallowing in misery and using it as an excuse for self-destruction. Winners, however, acknowledge that life can be brutal, but they choose to transmute that pain into power. They take the darkest moments and use them as fuel to create something meaningful for themselves and the world. Instead of letting hardship be the end of their story, they use it as the catalyst for their evolution, proving that they are the ultimate masters of their own destiny. You have to take a hard look at your life and ask yourself, is this truly the best I can do? The truth is, your ultimate potential is located miles beyond where you're currently living, and settling for good enough is the silent killer of greatness. Living is not defined by comfort, it is defined by the relentless pursuit of your highest self. If you are reaching for what is beyond your current grasp, you are alive in the truest sense of the word. But the moment you stop climbing and surrender to the status quo, you begin to fade away. Life is about the stretch, the growth, and the courage to chase a version of yourself that you haven't even met yet. Choose to live boldly by constantly challenging your boundaries, because staying in the hunt for your best self is what makes life worth living. You must realize once and for all that it was never your job to make your parents happy or to be the emotional anchor for your family. That was an impossible task placed on your young shoulders, and any shame you feel for failing at it is completely undeserved. Many of us developed the habit of doing everything alone as a survival mechanism because back then there was no one available to catch us when we fell. But you were born to connect, not to suffer in isolation. Admitting that you need support is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate act of courage to reclaim your humanity. Stop punishing yourself for burdens that were never yours to carry. Instead, look at your pain with compassionate curiosity and allow yourself to finally ask for the help you deserve. True strength is found when you stop trying to be a hero for everyone else and start being a champion for your own healing. You must stop allowing the disappointments of your day to bleed into your rest. Understand that tomorrow is a fresh opportunity to reset, and your only job tonight is to protect your peace. Use the 4 R's framework to cleanse your spirit. First, reflect on the day to distinguish between what needs to be let go and what lessons need to be retained for reconciliation. Second, release any thought that could become toxic and every emotion that prevents you from finding stillness. Third, reset your entire state of being to neutral. And finally, surrender to a rest that truly restores you. When you master the art of closing the door on today, you reclaim the power to create a brilliant tomorrow. In this life, there are winners and there are losers, and the only thing that separates them is how they handle the pain. Losers take the things that suck, the setbacks, the betrayals, the heartbreaks, and they wallow in them, using that darkness as fuel for self-destruction or outward bitterness. Winners, on the other hand, feel the exact same pain, but they refuse to be victims of it. They take that raw, agonizing energy and they transmute it. They turn their scars into stars and their wounds into wisdom. They use the very things intended to break them to build something good for themselves and for the world. Period. End of story. The choice is yours. Will you let your pain consume you, or will you use it to create something legendary? You have to wake up and realize that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your destiny. The moment you stop reacting to the world and start commanding your internal state, reality begins to bend in your favor. You will start to see synchronicities and opportunities showing up at your door without you even having to chase them. These aren't just coincidences, they are the universe proving to you that you have officially shifted from being a victim of life to becoming the deliberate creator of your life. Stop letting your past and your pain dictate your story. Stand up, reclaim your power, and start generating the vibration of the success and love you want to attract. The evidence of your power is all around you. You just have to choose to see it. The final and most crucial step is to bridge the gap between knowing the path and walking it. You must turn this information into a living, breathing experience. Intelligence is a gift, but wisdom is only earned through consistent practice in the trenches of your daily life. The difference between those who dream and those who achieve is the courage to embody these truths until they become your second nature. When you start living out gratitude, visualization, and the alchemy of pain, you won't need anyone else to validate your power. Your life will become the living proof. Step out of the audience and onto the stage of your own creation. Take radical ownership of your energy and your destiny, and never again let the outside world dictate who you are or what you are capable of becoming.